Welcome back to the channel, you fellow brainiacs, and today we're gonna get into Beltmatic. And this game was about taking numbers and putting them through multiplication, addition, subtraction, division, and creating other numbers that you feed into the central brain. It's hungry, it wants numbers to crunch. So I will say I started this once already, and I was recording and I was playing, and I realized I was playing the game entirely wrong. So we're not going to publish that video, and we're going to do it all over again. And what I was doing was, once the numbers went in and it was like, you won, I just deleted it. I was like, well, I'm good, I'm gonna move on to the next one. And then it was like, oh, but you want upgrades. I figured out much later into the game, like I had played for like 2 hours because this game is addicting, but that I need to keep giving it those numbers if I wanted to keep getting it the upgrades. So here we are, we're getting into the new version, and I'll show you how it works. So if you zoom out, look at the map, look at all these numbers, and they just keep going and going and go. I actually don't know how far it goes. It probably goes on for infinite, but it takes forever, and you have to scroll. And then there is your feeder. That's what you want to feed, and you get these numbers. And how you start out is do an extractor there. You say belt out, belt down, feed the machine, right? And we want to speed it up. We can do feed and in, and then down and over, and you feed it. So now we're feeding it a ton of ones. So where my first issue came about was it was like, you did it, and so I just quit. I hit this demolish button, and I demolished all of this, right? And I looked at what number I need now, 2. And so I brought a 1 and a 1 over, and I did an adder together, and I took them out and did 2. And when it was like, you won, I deleted it all again. I did not know that you needed to keep feeding this, because that is how you get your upgrades.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
See how the ones now, look, I can upgrade belt speed. Then those ones will keep filling in until you can get 1,000 of them, and you can upgrade your belts again. And then you have to do your extractors. You got to keep feeding it 2s and then feed it 3s. Didn't know that. I just was feeding it what it wanted at that time. So that's how I've been doing it. So we're gonna do another extractor. You've seen how I laid out a few of these. We're gonna bring the ones from here, you make them all the way over, feed this one all into the A's, and then there. And then we want to come over and feed this one into the B's. And we don't have bridges yet, so do technically mix, which kind of sucks, but we get them pretty quick. So we're just gonna do it this way, and then we're gonna feed like that. See, and we're pumping. Now we're pumping a bunch of 2s. So now we need 3s. Let me see if I have any upgrades. I don't have any upgrades. We're getting close to the additional feeds. So what I think I'm gonna do here is just do a double stack of like this, which will put out 2s, and then we're gonna do another stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll do it down to 3s, and then out of this side we'll feed it into the B, and then we're gonna bring 1s over here like this, and then spin around. We need to feed 1s into both of these. Now we got 2s going up, hopefully mixing with 1s. So we'll get some 3s, there's some 4s. What's the next number we need? Next number is gonna be 5s. So we're actually just gonna build some extractors out now here, and do a little run of them like this, and then over, and then in, out of these, bring out some, bring out one more, like that. And then we're making 2s here. Connect these up, connect our 2s, and bring those over to here. And we'll do another row of adders. We feed our 3s yet? No, we got 10 more to go. All right, demolish this out of here, and then we need to start feeding. Looks like we got a backup of 1s, so we'll just bring some 1s over. Do hate not having bridges, and I forget where I get them. Let's just feed the 2s all in and make 4s come out this side. Yes, now I need 5s. So now we are at this point where, and bring them out, we're gonna get some 8s. We'll eventually get some 5s coming. We'll do that, bring them all up to the top, and then feed the machine. See, there's some 5s mixing in there. If you know a better way of handling this, leave it in the comment. Currently, this is the best way I got to handle some of these. It's not going to be great. We are getting more 5s than I expected we would. So this goes a lot better once I have the bridges that I can then make them bypass and not mix and match like this. But we need 40. We're already at 30. And we can also get some upgrades. It looks like to upgrade the neck to get to this one too, we need to provide 19s and then 16s, because we got the ones at this point. We just need to provide more 19s and 16s. The next number is going to be 10. So we're gonna go from 5 to 10. There we go. And we got the bridge. Perfect. So now we can actually manage this properly. So we're going to demolish all of these, and we're gonna say, bring your 4s out. And do this. We'll rebuild this section here. We're gonna bring the 1s up, automatically puts those bridges in for us. And then once these 4s and everything clear out of these, so there'll be some overlap, we're gonna start producing purely 5s out of here, which is good. That's what we want to be providing, because we need 10s and we still are only on the adder. What I think we can also do is pull some extractors off of here. We're just gonna put a massive row of these and then pull this out and across, bring some way, bring some this way, and everything's the same. So all of this one goes into B, because that gets important in the future, because you can copy these. I haven't really built any of them that are useful yet, start copying yet. That's why I didn't use it earlier. They're not really worth copying until you get the bridges, and then you can fine tune some of this. So this is going to output 4s. We're going to bring out to here and here. So, and then the valuable part in doing this as tight as you can is when you can copy them. So now we're going to start getting 8s out of here, but they're too far apart to group them together. So we're just going to pull them all out of the same side just to keep it uniform. Because once you can get 10s and you get the multiplier, it's really easy to start. It's a lot easier to multiply the 10s to get to the higher numbers. That's what eventually where we're going to be at, is we're going to want these higher numbers. 10s coming out of here. Don't make the 10s yet. I don't want them yet. And we got 10s coming out. So for now, we will just feed these 10s straight over and then into the machine for now. And we'll let that go. Do we need 10s to upgrade? No, we need 19s. So once we have our 10s all filled up, we will use them here, and then we'll throw in some 8s after that, which we're going to need more 8s because we're going to be using almost all of our 8s to make these 10s. So we can do probably 5 of them. Feed these here and then over, and we'll do them into the A's. We're going to feed all of our 10s into that side, bring them all out, and then bring them over, and we'll feed them into the machine. Actually, we're going to stop all the 10s because we don't need any more 10s going in there, just to double check. But we don't need any more 10s, and they're not going to get us any upgrades either. Feed our 10s, and then we're pretty much using all the possible 2s we can right now. But we're not using them as far from here. Wish I had that 4, because I could do 4 and a 4 and make an 8, but I don't have that one unlocked yet. Let's just do a copy of this. We got 2s coming in, 4s, and then 8s coming out of there. Copy, paste, and we're going to feed 2s out and in. We're actually maybe going to feed these ones from, does that look like about even? We'll bring our 8s out, 18s will come out of there. We're done with our 18s. Sneaky trick, if I copy this, I can rotate it. I don't know I can rotate that. Once we get our 18s, we'll take our 18s out of there. Didn't mean to do that. It's kind of tough to bring our 18s in here, and then we are going to bring a 1s over up. It'll go all the way up to there, and then we'll start feeding this. We need 100 18s, which will make us 19s, and we can get the next upgrade. We'll do that because this one's going to wind up going this way and then that way. So what's our upgrade? We need 19s. We need 500 of them. We got 1s. Crazy. What's the next number? 23. So we're not using all of our 10s. So let's come over this way with some of our 10s like this and grab a copy of this section, rotate it. That will feed it the 10s over here. Oh, we unlocked the 4s. Nice. So, oh, that's tough. I'm not gonna get very many 10s. What if I took some of these and just turned them this way, just to get them moving? Am I using enough 10s this way to even? Yeah, I'm not really, am I? We need to fix this. So bring our 18s back this way and feed them in so that we can get 19s. Once we get all of our 10s, we're getting some 10s stacked up. Can we steal that one too? Actually. And then, I hate doing this, but just to keep things with the uniform, some of the 10s need to come down this way. It's not going to be every other one, but it'll keep these moving. So then the 10s and 10s will come out to be 20s. So the 10s are all going to come out to be 20s on this side. What do we need? I forget the number. 23. Then we just need 3s. I was making 3s, wasn't I? Down here, which, is there 3s available already? Yeah, there's 3s. We can just grab a 3. Yeah, we might just grab this one down here, an extractor. Here, up, over. Then we're gonna get some copy again, and then just grab that many for now. Feed those into the B's. All right, and then grab our 3s, bring them all the way up and in. Copy. Oh man, I just wanted, I can cut. Okay, I really just wanted that, and then bring, where's my feeder line? Over here. Wait, I'm making 21s. Where are these 21s coming from? So 18s are going in. Why are some guys in 25s? What are we doing even making 25s? Who made this? I'm kidding. It was me. I'm the problem.
The problem is that I am the boss.
Right. So we're over here on 23s. And we need to feed this machine. So let's do something jank. Ooh, no, not that. It's lost all of our 23s. This down and feed it in. We still got a backlog of 10s. Let's steal a few more. See if we can get away with just these ones running and having all these ones going over here, so we can make our 23s. So we can feed the machine. Well, while you were away, I needed 16s to fill up this extractor level 2. I'm working on 19s already, so I needed the 16s as well. I built this beauty from feeding 4s from 2 different nodes into it, creating 8s coming through here, feeding it with more 4s coming out of there as 12s, and feeding it with more 4s coming out of there as 16s. As you can see, we are making our share of 16s and a few 23s. So, and actually, I don't think we need 5s anymore, so we're going to cut this off, speed this up, and we'll even give it a second run. Then come over, then they're even faster, going in even faster. It looks like we got backed up. Not good. We want to move these out quick. So it looks like we have a backlog still, and this will keep feeding 16s forever, and then we need 38s. So what I think I might do is run the 16s out to 32, and then add 6 to those to get to the 38s, or we might just do, when we get the multiplier, we might do 10 times 3 and then just add 8 8s maybe somewhere else, or come over here and just build another 8 maker. We can also do 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 8. I don't remember when I get the multiplier for this. That's as far as I've made it when I was just doing a test run, so I knew how to play the game. Alright, so I'm gonna let this run for a bit and get this through the 23s, and then when I come back, we will start making the systems to make the next number, which is 38. I'll be back. So we need one more 23. Here it comes. Alright, now we gotta make these 38s. So I started working on this, but we got an upgrade. So we're gonna take the belt level 2, click to upgrade speed to 3 a second. So ready? Now watch the belts over here. See how fast, much more fast they go. That was anticlimactic. That was not very good. So we're gonna take the extractors level 2s, and there we go. And so we need, for the next upgrade, we're gonna need a lot more 16s, and then we're gonna need 85s. I don't know how we're gonna get to the 85s right now, because I don't know if we got the multiplier yet. We did just get the multiplier. That's awesome. So that makes it a little bit easier. I started working up here as if we weren't gonna get the multiplier, and I was gonna do 10s and then make them into 20s. But if we get in 10s out of here, we needed some space because the multipliers are different sizes, which is super inconvenient, but it is what it is. And then we're going to join all these in the about middle like this, and bring them up, and then let them spread back out from there, and we're going to take them into the A's sides like that. And I don't think I can put an extractor there, can I? Because I need to move that. That's all right. We got plenty of other options right now. So we'll just do one off of there and bring a 3 over, and then up 2 more like that, and bring them over, and then take these into the B's. Fix that in a second. Did too much. All right. And then for the multipliers, you bring them out of the middles. Whoops, I moved. So then that's going to give us 30s, and looks like we're backing up on the 8s. I wish I could grab all of these 8s. Well, I cannot unless we cut this and then shrink it back and do this so that we can see the 8s coming out with the 4s. And then what we can do is connect them all like this so that every once in a while we'll steal an 8 and send it this way across all these, and then take them out, bring them up and over here. We'll connect all these 30s so they come up. We'll bring them over here so we'll have a stack of them. So then what we want to do is we're just going to take one of our adders. Which one's the best? I don't have a ton. You might just build it because I'm not going to have a ton of these. We're going to do this, and then each of these are going to come out 2 like that. Just going to provide our 38s. Our 30s are going to come over. Let's bring it back 1. Go over into A, into A. 8s are going to come to here. They're going to go up and into B, to B, and 1 more B. And then where's our, this one belt right here is not very full, so we'll void that 3 in case we need it. That's a good one right here. Yes. So we will do that so we can start feeding 38s. All right. So we can start feeding our 38s in there. And then for our upgrades, we're going to get this. We get 19 still? We use our 19s up for something? Oh no, we're still getting 19s, just not very many, huh? Happened to our 19 production. Oh, it turned into our 23 production, which we don't need anymore. So let's put all of our eggs in one basket, and then we'll demolish this. We'll let that run it out just to clear it in case we need to add it to something else. But that should help clean up some of this as well, and also give us more 10s coming this way to feed our 18s, which are adding in with the 1s. Then we should be able to get more 19s quickly. Then I think we do the 44s, and then maybe look at the 85s. We want to get 15s as well, which gets us the multiplier upgraded, which had to be an easy one actually. So we're gonna get that multiplier. Let's maybe do a 5 times 3, and then do we have any 5s yet? We don't have the 5s unlocked yet because we can do a 5 and a 3. I wonder if we get that after we get through this 38. But here's what I'm thinking. For this video, we get this multiplier upgrade, start feeding it in, and that's what we call it quits, because this game is addicting. I've been recording for an hour, and I'm thinking this video needs to be somewhere in the range of like maybe 15 minutes. So I'm gonna have to cut so much content out. Let's get the multiplier done, and then we're gonna call it for this video. But if you like this video, if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, like it, and you know, and I can come play it again. If you guys don't like these type of videos and you want me to stick with something else, recommend a game. I'm thinking, let me know in the comments, playing Manor Lords. It's kind of like Timberborn, but it's more, you know, old age European kingdom. This had an update in July, so I've played it before, but I want to get back into it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see some Manor Lords video going up. They might be longer because there's just so much in them. So let me know, and then also let me know if you like this video and if you want to see another one. So let's get this multiplier going. How many more we need over here? 42. So we're just gonna say 50, because by the time I talk it out, it's gonna be, we need 50. All right, so let's build on the hopes. Is there any way of knowing when I'm gonna get the next one unlocked? No, not that I can see easily. Okay, let's get our, we're feeding so many 16s. We're gonna have to do a parallel belt or in there, and then we're gonna do, I'm thinking 4's probably enough, and then we'll do it like this, feed both of them from the top. And then that'll make it easy for us in the future to copy this. Then I think we're gonna come down to here. Yes, okay, so we did. It looks like we just got it. I took a gamble and it paid off. Feed the 5s. And then we're gonna bring this one as a parallel feed all the way over to here. Then we're gonna bring it up and feed it in there. And we're actually gonna get rid of this connection. And we're gonna clean this up too, like that. Now that looks nice. I could have made them straight in, but you get what you get. And we actually have another spot on top to feed another one. So then we got 2 that we can tap into and keep feeding on its own belt. So we're feeding 15s now. Are we backed up? Okay, so we are backed up. So we can, let's just copy all of this right here and just do it again. Let's copy that and do it correctly like this. Okay, we should be pumping out the 15s because once you see these are like up and the feeders, the extractors aren't able to get numbers, that means you have more room here to do more multiply. You can do more math, basically, is what I'm trying to say. See, like, even our 5s are actually backing up. We could probably do more. Plus, we need to start feeding some 40s, which we got 30s coming out of here. Do we just, you know what? Watch this. We'll start feeding 40s right now. We got plenty of 4s. Let's do this there. Let all these 10s keep running, clearing out all these 3s. And these 4s will start moving in and we'll start getting 40s out. So we'll be able to put 40s in there and we're gonna try to get the multiplier. We got 300 more to go and then we're gonna call it a video. I think we got our upgrade. As you can see, multiplier level 1, no more. Multiplier level 2. Let's go. I'm gonna leave it here. Our circuit of numbers is growing. We will probably have to delete and move in the future, but that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe so you're here for the next one. I appreciate you guys being here. Peace.